does not thump like a solid object. And the Russians determined way back then that the moon was hollow and artificial. And it has since been proven, even by NASA, that it is not from our solar system. It is made up of minerals and materials that are not from here.
Right. Now, let me just say this one thing. I saw this documentary. If you guys are listening, if you guys get a chance, check out this documentary. It's called The Greatest Story Ever Denied. And you can just Google it. It's on Google Video. You can watch the 2-hour video. But the dude that shot the video, I was really fascinated with the pictures and the information that he had that showed literally like the moon is completely colonized.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And I just want to know, is that one of the things that you also learned whenever you was going through the experiment and whatnot? Did they talk to you about that?
Oh, absolutely. And if you have any of you out there have a telescope with at least a 60 x magnification, on a clear night, on a full moon, train that telescope at any crater on the moon, and you will see movement, lights, buildings. You will see activity on the moon. And, that is why whenever there is a flyby of the moon or Mars or what have you by a NASA vehicle, they never transmit the pictures, live. They always take their time, doctor up and remove the images, and then reveal them to the public, because they don't want you to see what's going on up there. The moon,
right?
The moon has been inhabited since it got here because it was a vehicle.
Right. Mm-hmm. A person asked you in the chat room. They've been having some dreams about tidal waves, flooding, and tsunamis, and she's in L.A. Mm-hmm. And she said, "Could you give her some insight into what's going on?"
Yes, get the heck out now. I'm serious.
I mean, you know what? That's real, because you heard about the earthquake they had in California last week. That was a 6.0.
Right off the coast in the north, and there have been a lot of off the coast of San Diego as well. Look, I have been saying for years that California is basically doomed, and especially Southern California, and specifically in an area just south of Santa Barbara, down to the Mexican border and east of the San Gabriel Mountains. That whole strip along the coast will submerge in a cataclysmic quake, which is going to happen at any moment. If you look at the USGS.gov maps, which they don't even show you everything, but what they do show you is scary enough, the whole Pacific Rim in the last couple of years has been really rocking and rolling, and the only place it has not been severe is in California, because it had been locked under the subduction zone along the San Andreas fault line. Now, scientists have even discovered as little as 2 years ago that subduction zone has been pushing magma into or underneath the North American tectonic plate. As far as Tucson, Arizona, they discovered magma moving under Tucson, Arizona. So even that area is in danger of something going on. Anyone living along the west coast of the United States really needs to take precaution. The USGS has even said that the Pacific Northwest around Vancouver, Seattle, Portland is the most dangerous territory on the earth at the moment. It has the same tectonic configuration as we saw along the west coast of Indonesia when that cataclysmic quake occurred in 2004. The last big quake that occurred in the Pacific Northwest was in 1700 that sent a tsunami, a fatal tsunami, to Japan across the Pacific. If that were to happen again today, which it will, there'll be no buildings left standing in Seattle or Portland or Victoria or Vancouver. The whole place will be destroyed in a 9+ quake with 100+ foot tsunami, and then the volcanoes will start to go off. It is a really bad zone. I don't recommend anyone to live there. Seriously. Now, of course, you think I'm saying, okay, pick your stuff up and flee. Well, yes, because you know what? It is going to happen. It may not be today or tomorrow, but it is going to happen, and I certainly would not want to be there when it does. And all my clients in Seattle and L.A. and San Francisco, what do they say to me? Well, if it happens, it happens. You know, we've had them before. Well, you know what? You never had a 9+ before that you've experienced, and when it happens, you're not going to leave. That's it. You know, that's the end, because there'll be nothing left. So if you don't get out now while you have a chance, you're really putting yourself in jeopardy and your loved ones who are with you. So even if you don't care so much about yourself, think about your children, your parents, your wife, your husband, whoever it is that you love and cherish. You want to save those people. Get out of there. Seriously, it is not a good place to be at the moment.
Now, I know that you know about the Heart Project. I wanted to get your opinion. I was the first journalist ever, like, period. Like, nobody came out on the news and said this except for me.